So today, guys, we're at the vendors, and look what we have this week. We have the test subject, a named item if you guys are looking for that one to get it proficient. It has assault rifle damage, health damage, and it has perfectly in sync. You can put damage targets out of cover for the rate of fire. We have the Black Market T821 with 14.5% SMG damage and Sadist. We have the Honey Badger with assault rifle damage, damage to armor, and then measured. And then we have the M1911 with the talent flatline, which you can see I don't have that little symbol under the flatline symbol. So I am going to buy this because I need this for my library. So I'm going to buy this right here. We have the Golden Gear backpack with armor, crit chance, hazard protection, and energized. And we have a Fenris chest with weapon damage, skill damage, explosive resistance, and braced. For the mods, we have a critical hit chance mod. We have a 7.8% scan range mod. We have the 4.2% damage mod, and then we have a 6.3% damage mod. And then we are going to head over to the countdown vending machine because you know that machine always has 3 named items, and the 3 named items for this week are the Carnage with LMG damage, damage targets out of cover stability, and perfect Sadist. They also have the Point Man with armor, weapon handling, headshot damage, and perfect Vanguard. And then finally, they have safety distance, SMG damage, crit chance, critical damage, and then perfect outsider. So those are the 3 named items you guys can work on this week if you guys don't have them and you're gonna try to get those proficient. Now we're gonna head over to the clan vendor and let's see what we have this week. So at the vendor himself, we have the 0Fs. This always comes with perfectly unbreakable with armor, hazard protection, status effects. We have tip of the spear chest piece with weapon damage, critical hit chance. We have a hardwired chest piece with skill tier, weapon handling, and we have a true patriot holster with armor and skill haste. So for the holster for the true patriot, if you're trying to build it, I would just re-roll the skill haste. The chest pieces on both of these kind of would press on them. We have a SOCOM M1A if you guys are trying to get that proficient. We have the converted SMG9 with ignited, and then we also have the X45 with pistol damage, damage targets out of cover, and ranger. If you notice, this SOCOM M1A is another one. I don't have the symbol under breadbasket, so I'm going to use this for my library for the talent. So I'm going to buy that just to put it in there. Now we have, for the knee pads, we have weapon damage, headshot damage, explosive resistance. And for the SRS sniper, we have marksman rifle, headshot damage, and damage to armor within sync. And what I'm going to do is I am going to pick this one up because this is another talent that I need for my library. As you guys see on the in sync right under the logo, it doesn't have a symbol. And if you guys are wondering what symbol I am talking about, if you look at in sync right under where the little symbol is for in sync on the right hand side, there's no little symbol underneath it. But on the X45, if you look to the right of it, right, you see there's a symbol and then there's another symbol under it. Symbol under it means it's my library, and then obviously this one isn't. So I recently started making sure I had all these done, even if they're talents I don't use. We have the Heraldic gloves, weapon damage, crit damage, weapon handling. And then we have a Gilligar backpack, armor, armor regen, weapon handling, and opportunistic. For our mods, we have 8.9% skill duration, 7.7% headshot damage, 17% repair skills, and then we have a 4.4% duration mod for our chem. Now we're gonna head over to the theater and see what they have there. At the theater, look what we have here at the vendor. We have the Culebra with shotgun damage, damage to armor, headshot damage, and perfect JS hands. Now, this is a max out roll, 12% damage to armor for your shotgun. So if you need this for your library, recommend picking this up. Also, if you need to get this proficient, hey, it's a good time to buy these. We have the ACS 12 with shotgun damage, damage armor, damage to targets out of cover with preservation. We have an Urban MDR with rifle damage, critical damage, and 10% headshot damage. So you can take that 10% headshot damage and put it into your library. Another one I would pick up and throw to my library. If you need to get this proficient, another one you can pick up. We have the 511 tactical gloves, armor, hazard protection, repair skills. And for the knee pads, we have armor, armor regen, critical chance on the Golden Gear knee pads. For the mods, 8.2% blind def resistance, 6% healing, 4.1% shield health, 8% speed, and then 6% duration. The next place we're gonna head over to is the campus. At the campus, look what the vendor has, the Carnage. So the same item you could get from the countdown vendor, but if you don't want to use countdown points for that, and you just want to pick up it here, you guys can to get it proficient. They have another SRS A1, but this one actually has 15% marksman rifle damage. So if you need this for your library, recommend picking that roll up and then putting it into your library. They have the custom L86 with LMG damage, damage to target out of cover, and damage to armor with in sync. Another talent I don't have, so I'm gonna pick this up and grab that for my library. They have the Alpha Summit mask with skill haste, headshot damage, and skill tier. They have a hand in you holster with maxed out status effects. So I would actually just grab this for the maxed out status effects and put this into my library. That 10%, put that roll. They have 8.5% skill duration and 5.9% radius, 8.3% reviver armor repair, 8.8% radius, and then 5.9% shock radius. So some pretty decent items you guys can pick up, at least for the rolls themselves. We have 3 DZ vendors and 2 New York City vendors left. So at DZ West, the named item this week is the Everlasting Gaze. I believe we had this one last week. If you didn't get it and you need to get at least one of these, could do that, but ideally I'd probably just pass on this one and I wouldn't pick it up this week. We head all the way down and we're gonna go to DZ South for that vendor. At DZ South, look what we have here. We have the apartment. So if you guys have been looking for this one might be one for you guys to try to pick up. It has SMG damage, crit chance, headshot damage, and it always comes perfectly measured. This is actually not a bad weapon. Now the thing is, trying to get really good rolls on it is the harder thing. This one is pretty low rolled, so you're gonna have to optimize and put a lot of money into this, but it does come with the talent perfectly measured. If you need to get this proficient, I would save up, pick this up, and then use it and then get it leveled up versus buying 20 of them, because DZ credits are a little bit more expensive than your regular credits. At DZ East, they actually have the named Gilligard mask, the Night Watch with armor, scanner, pulse haste, and hazard protection. So those were the 3 named items from the DZ, and those are the only ones I ever will recommend for you guys to take a look at if you guys need them, because it just costs way too much for those DZ resources. Now, the remaining 2 vendors are gonna be regular credits, and those are a lot easier to get, and let's see what they have. Once we arrive to the safe haven, head over here to Marco. He has the MK16, assault rifle damage, health damage, damage targets out of cover with Sadist. He also has the Stoner with LMG, damage targets out of cover accuracy, and Overwhelmed. And I'm gonna actually pick this up because I actually need that talent for my library. He has the UIC-15 with rifle damage, critical hit damage, accuracy, and future perfect. And I also need this for my library. As you can see, I don't have it, so I'll pick that up too. And then we have the card 45 with pistol damage, critical damage, and ranger. They have an Araldi chest with weapon damage, critical damage, armor regen, and focus. They also have Fenris knee pads with weapon damage, headshot damage, skill damage, and a Golden Gear holster with armor, critical damage, repair skills. For the mod, skill haste 10%. They have 6.9% headshot damage mod, 8.5% health mod, 4.1% duration mod for your hive, and obviously for the trap charge, 4.1% duration. We're gonna head over here and go to the final vendor. And then at the end, I'll show you what I mean by putting these into my library, because I know some of you guys are probably like, what is he doing? And the final vendor, Roy, he'll have a G36 with 14% assault rifle damage, 12% health damage, 9% headshot damage with reformation. He also has a classic M60, LMG damage, damage targets out of cover, health damage, and then he has the talent reformation, another UIC-15 with rifle damage, critical damage, accuracy, and preservation. And then he has a tactical M19 with lucky shot. For the backpacks, he has a Murakami backpack, status effects, repair skills, tech support with skill tier, and he has an Araldi gloves with weapon damage, critical chance, and armor regen. And then holster, he has a Sokolov holster with weapon damage, repair skills, and hazard protection. And the final mods, 15% repair skills, 8% blind death. For the seekers, cluster mines +1. For your hive, 8.2% reviver armor repair, and then 5.7% shock radius. So ideally, if you guys need any of those weapons, that's what I would probably go for. There were some really good talents for your library if you need those library, and then if you need any of those talents like I am doing right here. So you just head over to Recalibration. You saw I bought quite a few, right? So we have the rifle, we head over to talent, we have this bread basket right here. So all I'm gonna do is gonna pull this off, put it into my library, and I believe I have one more. We have Future Perfect, so we'll grab that. Another cool way to see if you have items that you might be able to put in here, if you click on them with the little arrow, that means that there's something there. And then the talents, you can see it has an arrow too. So we have another item right here, Instinct. And this is just helping me complete this, because you can see there's a couple that I haven't added. It's just over time, I just stop really, if I never use them, I just don't really put them on my weapons. So we grab that, and then we got Overwhelmed, and I think that was it. I think we have the pistol that we bought. We bought one more pistol, so we'll do that real quick. And you can see I'm almost done with this. I just, to be honest, like once you start finishing, you don't really mess with it too much. And that's it. Those should be all, yep, those are all the ones that I picked up. And that'll wrap up this vendor reset, guys. I appreciate the support, appreciate the love. I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.